While more than 24 homes were lost or damaged to floodwaters in McCook Lake, South Dakota last summer, the damage to the lake itself is still unclear.
And now several South Dakota lawmakers are working to get a bill passed to help fund the lake's recovery. Several lawmakers, including Representatives Chris Casson and Bill Shorma, have introduced a bill to create the McCook Lake Contingency Fund and put $2 million from the state budget into it. The fund, if passed and created, would help restore McCook Lake, which saw a yet undetermined amount of damage in the flooding. Floodwaters from the Big Sioux River were diverted through the McCook Lake community and into the Oxbow Lake, bringing tons of debris from fields and homes. Representative Casson says this contingency fund would be in addition to funding that's already been allocated by the state Game, Fish, and Parks Department.
What the bill does is basically seeks to supplement that work and to make the lake usable again, bring it back to its kind of condition before the flood. And so it basically is just seeks to augment the work that was done, that is going to be done by Game, Fish, and Parks and their RF&P.
The bill moved out of the Ag and Natural Resources Committee yesterday and into the Appropriations Committee for discussion. Casson hopes this will be the first step in creating a disaster recovery plan for the state of South Dakota.
Can go to help with the restoration of McCook Lake. As it relates to the impacted homeowners, obviously we feel for them, and like I said, I want to work towards something in the future to help those individual folks when these things happen in the down the road in the future.
The funds from this proposed bill would be distributed as grants to help pay for cleanup and restoration of the lake. That includes replacement of pipes for the McCook Lake pumping system and flood mitigation planning for McCook Lake.